And a lot of people never do get to the level where they realize that the ego is a functional construct, but it also has very significant limitations, lead to a lot of pain. And unfortunately, people just medicate and drug it and go see psychologists, but they don't really usually get to the core of the realization that it's a sort of a necessary spiritual crisis to come to the point where you realize that your attempts at happiness or financial success or whatever it is ultimately end up leading to a lot of pain and sort of a deeper sense of emptiness in you.
I think Ra would say the same thing about that. His suggestion is that the lifespan that we currently have is probably 10% of what it had been, and that really prevents the capacity to move into kind of a spiritual maturation, that we're in a spiritual childhood for most of life, unless we're really able to awaken, and after awakening, do the hard carry steps, to take a disciplined path to keep walking forward, rather than feeling like once you're awakened, because that's not on this planet.
Yeah, and the whole concept of awakening or enlightenment, I from my own studies and my own experiences, it's philosophically for me, if God is infinite, then so is the process of enlightenment, because God's constantly exploring its infinite potentials, which is an infinite process.
Right.
And so I think, and we're going to get into this, but I think one of the problems that we have amongst human beings, largely due to religious programming, is we have these very limited ideas about God. I don't think people are really, I don't think most people are capable of even imagining the expanse, the breadth, the depth of what that really means, right? They settle for what's passed on to them through books, which is almost always, Shankara. You know who Shankara is? The Hindu philosopher sage.
Yeah.
He said no man can understand Scripture until he's enlightened, and when he's enlightened, he doesn't need Scripture. The problem is 99.99999% of the people that are teaching children Scripture are far from enlightened.